Mr. Fritter, let me tell you something now. You scare me. Since 14, assault, trespass, deadly conduct, assault, DWI, forgery, and now a harassment and a felony assault. Look at me. I'm going to make your bond so high your head will spontaneously combust. But no one, and I mean no one, should have to live with that kind of fear.
All right, folks, today we're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping courtroom moments ever. Judge Fleer, known for his no-nonsense attitude, is staring down a defendant who's been causing havoc since he was 14. This guy's criminal record looks like a greatest hits album of bad decisions. Assaulting his girlfriend, stalking her, and treating crime like a part-time job. If making horrible choices was an Olympic event, this man would take home the gold. But here's the twist. This isn't one of those cases where the judge gives a, "let's hope you turn your life around" speech. Nope. You can see it in Judge Fleer's eyes. He's about to make an example out of this guy. The way he tears into him, shutting down every excuse with cold, hard facts.
Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On or about September 19, 2024, an officer conducted a follow-up in regards to an assault on a family case. Upon further investigation, the officer made contact with the complaining witness, who reported that the defendant had been harassing her since September 18, 2024, by sending her videos, voicemails, and text messages containing horrible remarks, approximately 50 to 60 messages in total. In the voicemails, the defendant curses at her, asking, "Where are you? Why the fuck aren't you at work?" and calling her various names. Additionally, the complainant showed the officer text messages of the defendant telling the complaining witness, "Kill yourself and I want to watch you suffocate, and your family hates you." The complaining witness indicated that the continual harassment is making her fear him even more. Complaining witness was able to give officers the defendant's identifying information and positively identify the defendant as a person who has been harassing her.
I see that he has also picked up a felony assault against this complaining witness as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened in that one? And I'm assuming it's the same date as this one, so I'm assuming it's out of the same transaction?
I'm not sure. So it says that I don't believe so. It says that on September 18th in Harris County, officers were dispatched to an assault. The complaining witness advised that the defendant came home upset about socks not being in the closet. The defendant punched the complaining witness with a closed fist on her foot twice on her right thigh and twice on her left thigh, causing pain. The complaining witness advised that the defendant grabbed her by the arm and forcibly shoved her out of the house, throwing her on the porch. She advised that she felt pain, and she advised that this has been an ongoing issue for the past 2 years. The officers observed purple and green bruises on her arm, foot, and her legs. The bruises were green, purple, and red, and of significant size.
Is there a no contact order in this case?
Judge, who's the defendant?
This is Mr. Fritter. He hasn't harassed, Mr. Fritter, let me tell you something now. You scare me. And you scare me something good. You have, since 14, assault, trespass, deadly conduct, assault, DWI, forgery, and now a harassment and a felony assault.
Judge, there has been a note filed, but there is no protective order in this case.
Is there no contact in the felony case whatsoever?
I'm checking the bond conditions. It's no threatening or harassing at this time. Would ask if that be a no contact in this court, Judge.
I don't see that the rip has been.
Are you Miss Lisco?
Yes, sir.
That's Miss Lisco right there. Come up, ma'am. Come up. I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now, Mr. Fritter. I want to protect you as much as I can. No one has to have this kind of treatment whatsoever for any reason. And I will do everything in my power to protect you. All I need you to do is tell me. All I need is please give me the word. Mr. Fritter, look at me. You so much. I'm Can you imagine what life is like when someone has to walk on eggshells because they have the fear that if they make someone mad in the smallest respect of having socks not in the damn drawer, they're liable to get a beating? Can you imagine what life is like to live with that kind of fear? You're going to live it with me now, because one false move, I'm going to make your bond so high your head will spontaneously combust. But no one, and I mean no one, should have to live with that kind of fear.
It's clear that today is not going to be a good day for the defendant. The courtroom is dead silent. You can feel the weight of the moment as Judge Flair lays it all out. But here's the real question. Will the punishment match the crime? Because this guy has spent years leaving destruction in his wake, and it's finally time for real accountability. So, what's it gonna be? Will the judge drop the hammer and deliver the justice we're all waiting for? Stick around, because you won't believe how this ends. Do you feel bad for the defendant? If so, explain it to me, because personally, I don't see how anyone could. This guy is beyond disgusting. The fact that he can barely look the judge in the eye says it all. He's ashamed, and he should be. A man who stalks, beats, and terrorizes his girlfriend deserves to be locked up for a very long time. I can't stop thinking about the woman who had to testify against him. Imagine the strength it takes to sit in the same room as someone who has made your life a nightmare. The man who abused you, threatened you, and made you live in fear. It's horrifying. This case is a painful reminder of how difficult it is for domestic abuse survivors to escape. The justice system must do better at protecting them, and men like this, they need real consequences, not just for their victims' sake, but to send a clear message. This behavior will not be tolerated, and credit where it's due. Judge Flair isn't holding back. He's not hiding behind legal technicalities or soft language. He's making it crystal clear stalking, beating, and terrorizing a woman is unacceptable.
You're not to have any kind of communication whatsoever. You're not supposed to have any, you will not have any threatening or harassing contact. What is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think is threatening or harassing. It's what she perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is. And it's enough for me to put you in jail and make your bond $150,000, maybe 50, maybe 20. But I will do, Mr. Fritter, I will do everything in my power to protect every single person of this county. And I don't care if you're kicking, screaming, crying because you go to jail and don't have anyone to bond you out. And I'm going to drug test him like crazy to make sure that he's not using alcohol or dope. In fact, I'm going to test him 2 times a week. I'm setting him now because I want to know what, if anything, is in his system, and then we'll go from there.
Judge, he will come back to positive, but that's prior use from.
What were you going to test positive for, Mr. Fritter?
Marijuana
Okay.
and ketamine, and probably some other stuff that could have been in the ketamine.
These are your bond conditions that are going to apply to you now. And if you fail to live up to these bond conditions, I'm just going to let you know. That's it. You will appear to me here 2 times a week to take drug tests. And if I find anything is in your system, and I don't care what it is, I'm going to lock you up. You're ordered not to use any kind of dope or alcohol. And if you can't get this monkey off your back, because I am now giving you the opportunity to do it on your own. If you're incapable of doing it on your own, then I'm going to do it for you. Do you understand? no dope, no alcohol. And when I mean no alcohol, I mean no alcohol from any source, no isopropyl alcohol, cakes, candies, foods, gums, energy drinks, tequila lollipops, hair dye. I've heard it all, and I don't care. You come to me test positive, you'll stay with me. I also want you 3 times a week to do anger management classes so that we can deal with the anger issues. Look at me. 3 times a week. And I want a piece of paper showing me that you've done it, the date, time, location of where you've done it, so that I can verify that you've done it. And if you don't do it, you will stay with me. You now have the opportunity to address these things on your own. If you don't, you will be doing it with me. And if I get one, and I mean one breath that she's been mistreated in any way, shape, or fashion, holy freaking moly.
This isn't just a judge handing out a sentence. This is a judge delivering real justice, and it's refreshing to see. But now here's where things get interesting. What will Judge Flair decide? Will he give this guy the punishment he deserves? Let's find out. So let's check in on this guy. Did he turn his life around? Of course not. No surprises there, he actually violated his bond conditions, and now guess what? He's back in jail, this time with a $150,000 bond hanging over his head. Shocking, right? You can't pull stunts like this and expect Judge Flair to go easy on you. This judge does not play games with criminals who think they can cheat the system. At this rate, this guy is on the fast track to spending his life behind bars. It's like he's allergic to making good decisions. And once again, huge respect to Judge Flair. The man is a legend when it comes to holding criminals accountable. He saw right through the lies, cut through the nonsense, and handed down exactly what was deserved. Too many judges are too soft when it comes to cases like this, but not Flair. His straightforward, no BS approach is exactly what the justice system needs more of. Now let's hear from you. Do you think a $150,000 bond was fair? Or should it have been higher? Should guys like this even have the chance to bond out? And what about Judge Flair? Is he handling cases the right way, or do you think he should be even tougher? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Let's keep the conversation going. Was the judge too harsh, too lenient, or just right? And do you think criminals like this ever actually learn their lesson? Let me know. Share this with someone who loves seeing justice served. And as always, stay safe out there. The world is full of people like this guy, and you do not want them anywhere near your life. See you in the next one.